Music festivals are a staple of summer. There's nothing better than the atmosphere the second you arrive at a festival. Arriving at the grounds, finding your stage, waiting in anticipation with hundreds of people shoulder to shoulder, tight as fuck, sweaty as hell, pissing in a bottle because you can't find the bathroom, thinking, damn, why did I spend money on this shit? But it's all worth it when suddenly... that shit is hard. When a festival hits, it hits like a ton of bricks. Like, look at the Rolling Loud lineup this year. Kanye, Future, and Kendrick? I don't think it's possible to top those three headliners. You see, music festivals can be extremely hit or miss. There's just so much that goes into building a music festival. First off, there's the lineup. The lineup is gonna set the tone for what the overall vibe is like at the festival. How many people are gonna be there? What kind of demographic will it be? One of the biggest fuck-ups I can remember, just showing the inconsistencies within a lineup, was last year at Lolla, where Playboi Carti played before Miley Cyrus. Poor 18-year-old girls were just getting swallowed into the mosh pit to stop breathing. The second thing is staffing. Getting security, concessions, advertisers, ticket takers, just thinking of half of that stuff already giving me anxiety. Third is the location. Where is this thing going to be taking place? Fourth is food and drinks. What will be served there? What will everyone be drinking? Are you going to serve Miller Lite and hot dogs, or are you going to be a fucking loser? Fifth, I'm sure something that I can't think of. But the point I'm trying to make is that crafting a music festival is, surprise, really hard to do. It takes a lot of different groups of people coming together and putting a lot of effort towards building the festival, which is exactly why I'm gonna be building my own music festival today, called the Pretty Cool Fest. All right, well, here we are, getting the lineup ready for Pretty Cool Fest. This is how every festival starts. Just a Google Drive, a blank document, an untitled document. I talked to the startup of Coachella. I talked to him, and he said, yup. This is where I started. So as you can see, we are going to give ourselves a small loan of $500,000 to put together this festival. And to get prices for how much these acts would be, I'm using this website. I have no idea how accurate this is. And in fact, this isn't even like the best list because it's missing a ton of people, specifically really big names, which I guess it's not the easiest thing to just get Kanye West on the phone. So there's a reason like those big names are really missing from this. But it's a pretty good list all in all. All I can say is we can put together a very good lineup. We can do a lot of damage with this list. And for the sake of this video, and also because I am going to be friends with all these artists, I am going to assume they will give me the lower price range. Again, I feel like I am just on very good terms with some of these artists that we will be putting together this lineup. I am putting my network skills pretty high here. So the thought process behind this lineup that I'm about to build is I want to meet this middle ground here where it's going to get a lot of people there. It's going to have a lot of sales. It's a very popular festival, very popular event, but I also want to meet in the middle with quality. I want this to be a really good festival, but also sell a ton. So I think there's a middle ground there that we can definitely hit with this lineup. So right away, when I'm thinking of putting together a lineup, I want to hammer down the big names first. Who is going to be the big name that is drawing in people to your festival? And one of the names that kind of stuck out to me was Lil Baby right away. I was so set right away having Lil Baby. I was just going to swallow that $200,000 price range because Lil Baby, he pulls a crowd. I swear every song he puts out is like top 30 on the chart. He's arguably one of the biggest rappers right now. Then I looked under... not Lil Dicky. I saw Lil Durk. Lil Durk at half of the price. I feel like he's not that much smaller than Lil Baby, I guess. Takes a lot to be smaller than a little baby. So I think going with Lil Durk first is a really good call. Lil Durk's been really big lately. Unfortunately, he does have that song with Morgan Wallen. That sucks. That's a tough look. But I think going Lil Durk first is really good value for $100,000. So we will lock Lil Durk in there. as our first headliner. Another really big name that kind of stuck out to me for his price is Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow being half the price of Lil Baby is pretty crazy, being as though this dude has a #1 song that is just doing numbers right now. And listen, I'm not a fan of it. I think that song was pretty ass, not gonna lie. I think that song was pretty bad. And I didn't even like his last album that he put out. I thought it was pretty bad, but I cannot deny Jack Harlow has a reach with the hose. And what do we need at this festival? We need the hose. I'm sure looking at the prices at some of these other people, I'm sure we will have plenty of room for scare the hose away music, so we need to bring someone in here that is gonna bring the hose in to eventually be scared. All right, we have locked in young Harleezy here, and we're only at 200,000. We're coming up here at half the budget. We still have a lot of wiggle room. So this next one, I'm going a little selfish here. I'm going with someone who I just really would want at my own festival, and that's what this is, my festival. So we're going to go with Schoolboy Q. Do I think he's going to like really pull enough back to make that $100,000 back? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sure there's other people I could get in here that are better value, but I just really like Schoolboy Q, so I'm going to add him to the lineup. All right, so Schoolboy Q is locked in here. So our first three, Lil Durk, Jack Harlow, and Schoolboy Q, we are locking that in at $300,000 right away. I think that's a good way to spend $300,000, especially now that we will be able to find just a ton of budget people that we can kind of fill in this next 200,000 pretty effectively. But I'll tell you, looking at this list is very interesting at what some people are being valued at. Again, I have no idea how accurate this is, but like Nav at $75,000, or like up here, what is the deciding factor why Boss is only $20,000 but Belly is just pulling in $75,000? Like, what is the difference there? I swear these rappers are so similar to me. Boss and Belly are just very similar to me, so I'm kind of losing at what the difference is here. Or even like Big Crit or Big Boy only being 35,000. I feel like that would be a lot more, especially for Big Boy. And then we've just got the most disrespectful numbers here for Boogie. Like, Boogie is so good. I'm spoiler right now, I am picking Boogie to be the final pick when we are down to the smallest. Like, Boogie at $7,500. Like, that's just disrespectful. Everything for Sale is an amazing album, and I think he has like a good cult following around him. I don't know why this man is only $7,500. I'm saying only as if I wouldn't do bad things for that kind of money. But I think up next here, we gotta go with one that is gonna please the people. Oh my god, JPEG Mafia, 20,000, damn. We might be coming back to that. But we're going with Juicy J here for 60,000. Juicy J is just such a great live performer. He's going to bring in some people. He's got hits. Who knows? The door is open when Juicy J is here. So I have to go with the Juice Man here because he is he's a legend. Juicy J's a legend. We got to have him on the lineup. Juicy J, welcome to Pretty Cool Fest, leaving us with a budget of $140,000 left to use. There's still plenty of people we can get. I've looked at these prices. We can still fill this lineup out like crazy. And if you are returning to the channel, you know there is no way in hell I am not getting Fetty Wap at this concert. He was already locked in before I saw he's only $35,000. Fetty Wap, he is so locked in. Fetty Wap's got the hits. I'm pretty sure people are still showing up at Fetty Wap concerts. So for $35,000, even if no one shows up, for me, if I have a small loan of $500,000, I might just schedule to see Fetty Wap a couple days straight for like over a week. So yeah, Fetty Wap, absolute no-brainer for me, especially at $35,000. And this is looking like something. Maybe it doesn't have the consistency that I wanted with this lineup so far, but I don't care because it's really cool and this is gonna bring in some people. And even if it brings in no one, this is cool for me. And as I said before, we kind of needed to set the tone with bringing in some artists that the women are really gonna resonate with. Because up next, we're finally getting into Scare the Hose music. We're going right into Danny Brown. Danny Brown for $35,000. Again, that just feels like a value pick. We're really hitting more on the quality side of this than we are hitting on the numbers. Danny Brown, it's another me pick. One of the best rappers of the 2010s. You can't go wrong getting Danny Brown, and every performance he has is just really well done. He never phones it in. Yeah, this is really easy. I feel like that's a really good price for someone like Danny Brown. Danny Brown, welcome to the roster. So we still got some money left here, and if I scroll up just a little bit more, man, you think I'm like, again, another great price. I am absolutely getting Chief Keef. Like, I mean, are you kidding me? Like, the bitches love Sosa, and I do too. So Chief Keef, welcome aboard. $30,000, easy, free money. I'll throw it out the window. I don't care, because that Chief Keef being in this lineup is fire. Also a good connection with Lil Durk. We're really gonna hit home with the Chicago audience. Now that we're really down in there with our budget, it's getting really tough to kind of just look around here. There are a ton of people I want to plug in here. Again, if I'm going Chicago, Smino would be really cool to plug into this spot. Tossing Waka Flocka Flame, that'd be pretty sick. Even Wale. I'll tell you what, if you're spending $20,000 on Watsky, you might as well start it on fire. What are we doing? No disrespect for Watsky if you're watching. Even like Young Gravy is pretty tempting at 25,000, just because he's really big on TikTok right now. So I feel like that's just free advertising for the festival. And these are all great options that I could plug in here, but I'm going with Freddie Gibbs at 30,000. Freddie Gibbs is just too good to not have on this lineup at that price. I think Freddie Gibbs also looks good on the lineup next to someone like Schoolboy Q and Danny Brown, so I think it fits. So Freddie Gibbs, welcome aboard. And finally, while we are just completely down there in budget, we're bringing Boogie on board. This is disrespectful. Like, come on, man. We'll just give him the remaining budget. We don't even need to give him. We can give him a little raise. That brings us to a total of $497,500 spent. So this is the lineup for Pretty Cool Fest. Lil Durk, Jack Harlow, Schoolboy Q, Juicy J, Fetty Wap, Danny Brown, Chief Keef, Freddie Gibbs, and Boogie. Next is just putting it all together on a big flyer, getting the word out. And yeah, just like that, we will have Pretty Cool Fest up and running. Let's go. Yeah, so here it is. I had this very ambitious idea of this wall of Miller Lites over the Milwaukee skyline, and then just a wave of hot dogs, since that's all we're going to be serving there. And I don't know, this is very graphic design is my passion. So yeah, this is the poster. Pretty Cool Fest. Be there, be square. Spread this around, spread this flyer out here. This monstrosity of a flyer out. I think this will sell a lot of people who weren't already in on the whole Miller Lite hot dogs and rap fest. So the festival takeover this summer is the Pretty Cool Fest. So yeah, that is Pretty Cool Fest all put together. I hope to see you out there this summer. I hear it's gonna be pretty cool. I apologize to all other big music festivals for absolutely taking over the scene, running a monopoly in the music festival world. But hey, if you want free tickets to Pretty Cool Fest, just smash that like and subscribe button and go into the comments below, leave your address and leave your credit card number and the 3 numbers in the back, just to lock in your submission for the free tickets to Pretty Cool Fest. But that's all I've got for you today. I will see you on the next video, where I plan to assemble an amusement park called Pretty Cool Park. Thank you.